trust. Mean taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one down. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Rolling to his left. Gives this one to Juszczyk. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives will tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to look at this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. It's taken to the 26. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Caught left side by Mechie. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage, good for the receptions for the receivers, but you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mills. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. This is taken at the 18, and he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon and just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. I saw the pressure coming out. I just left it. And it hit him as he threw it. And the interception inside.
The man who stood in this spot before, he always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mills. And that'll be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Mills. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to To throw, it's Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it just before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Pulled in at the 24. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that. I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second and very short, Mills flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Play action now, Mills. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Lance going back to the air after the pick six. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action, now it's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the 1st quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The Lance going to throw. That's over the middle and caught by HOU. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. The Lance now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee you, Clark was told him, you want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. A first down throw for Mills. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. A give up the middle to and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance, rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And his drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. He sacked that first down. Incompletion, or a good rep, and they get up
This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Flush to his right.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets him just as he was letting him go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on the punt.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. Turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Let's go.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get it down this time to 17.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's caught left side by Cooks.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
Mills now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added onto their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing we're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. First down, here's Mitchell. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Lance. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter, and we think the plans for them to reach right into the third quarter, not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Jonathan Greenwood running in to pick up the sack. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On 1st and 10, Mills. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 59 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Dancing away at the 35, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Singletary again. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. It's a room to maneuver. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they're in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be 1st and goal.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Lance on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. This second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. They juked him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now a handoff for Pierce. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Mills. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
2nd and 11. Now Lance. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Really a third pick of the ball game.
Because what I'm saying is a passing game that's just struggled to complete everything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, that would be the second half is better than in the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On third down, here's Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up 3rd and 2 more. Here's Lance. Completes it to Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll give this to Davis Price running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about finding a soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to
to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? They'll go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do. When you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The kick by Gold is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Mills. Cooks on the quick slant.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
To throw, Mills.
Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. To about the 26 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
Four yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy,
But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense, and frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Purdy.
And the grab by Croft. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
You know, it goes against the instincts of those catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
Drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. So brings up 4.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. 3rd time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now. Trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very
nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 4 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. John Ross from 6 yards away.
And the Texans continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Here's Purdy.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Kevin Pierre-Louis from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
It's an old chess scenario. Let's face it, offensively, they got to have some pride here because this is a worst-case scenario game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And they are going to set him sharp at the 30-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Down at the 25.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 9 yards to pick up there. That's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Touchdown, Texans! Blake Jarwin from 10 yards out.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Purdy off the play fake.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. Touchdown, 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, 72 yards.
And the Niners are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Powers through it. Yet again, just a bruising carry.
And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a handoff up the middle. Hawkins. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.